और लड़ो आपस में. Is it the end of the India alliance? The headline, India alliance RIP. Alliance was against the larger interests of the Congress. Not surprisingly then, the Delhi Congress was keen to go for Kejriwal's jugular. They wanted to defeat him at all costs.
Views expressed in this blog are hosted on my own website, are strictly personal and do not reflect the views of any organization.
Namaskar dosto, hello and welcome to Straight Bat, my weekly video blog where, as the title suggests, I comment with a straight bat, without fear or favor. That's the mantra here on Straight Bat. Now, in the aftermath of the Delhi election verdict last week, much of the attention has focused on the future of the Aam Aadmi Party. Much less, my friends, has been discussed on what could be the other big message from these elections. Is it the end of the India alliance? Or, as I say in the headline, India alliance RIP, rest in peace. Remember the India alliance that was forged with such hope by the opposition parties in the summer of 2023. The first meeting I recall was in June that year, held in Patna under Nitish Kumar's leadership. The same Nitish Kumar who, of course, has now done gymnastics and switched back to the BJP. Forget about 20 saal baad, but just 2 years later, यानी 2 saal baad, the India alliance seems to be withering away. You could argue in a sense that the Delhi elections are possibly the final nail in the coffin of this India alliance. The manner in which the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party leaders went for each other during the campaign with personal attacks on each other has left little space for any grand reunion, at least in the near future. Let me now bring you the fascinating backstory of these alliance moves. You see, Arvind Kejriwal was actually looking to do a deal with the Congress ahead of the Gujarat elections in 2022. He tried to contact Rahul Gandhi on more than one occasion, but guess what? Rahul Gandhi wouldn't meet him at the time. Eventually, Mr. Kejriwal was able to pick up the phone and speak to Sonia Gandhi. She did speak to him once, but there was no breakthrough. I detail a lot of this in my book, 2024, The Elections That Surprised India. But net, what happened was Aam Aadmi Party and Congress fought each other in Gujarat, and the BJP was the ultimate beneficiary and swept to a record win in Narendra Modi and Amit Shah's home state. Switch now to 2023. Once again, what I am told is Mr. Kejriwal was keen to be part of the India alliance. The Congress leadership was still unconvinced about bringing AAP within its fold. It therefore required all the negotiating skills and experience of a Sharad Pawar to ensure that Arvind Kejriwal was also given a seat at the India alliance high table. Switch now to 2024. Arvind Kejriwal is arrested in March by the Enforcement Directorate just ahead of the general elections. The Congress at that time has little option but to join a Loktantra Bachao rally organized by AAP in the national capital. Save democracy, with pictures of Arvind Kejriwal behind bars. And yet, once the actual campaign in Delhi started, AAP and Congress leaders were not seen on the same stage with each other in the national capital. Rahul Gandhi and Kejriwal actually ended up doing separate road shows and rallies. In Punjab, the state Congress went a step further. They made it very clear to the Congress leadership they will have no truck with AAP. And it led to a crazy situation where in Chandigarh, for example, Aam Aadmi Party supported the Congress candidate there, Manish Tiwari. But you just had to cross Chandigarh into the neighboring constituencies of Punjab, and the two sides were going for each other. Fast forward now to August-September 2024. This time, Rahul Gandhi himself green signaled an alliance with AAP. He had spoken, I am told, to the likes of Raghav Chadha, and they had agreed in principle to have an alliance. But then Rahul Gandhi left for America. And with Rahul Gandhi missing in action, the state Congress led by Bhupinder Singh Hooda created a situation where AAP was eventually only being given a couple of seats. AAP refused the final offer made to them and fought Haryana on its own. Maybe the state Congress there was so confident of its victory, they felt they didn't need Aam Aadmi Party, which in any case was seen as a minor player in Haryana. However, as the final result showed, a tie-up in Haryana might have benefited the Congress, as the AAP only seemed to eat into the Congress vote or the anti-BJP, anti-incumbency vote. Switch now to Delhi. This time the Congress leadership hinted it was ready for a tie-up. Now it was Kejriwal's turn to give them the cold shoulder, instead unilaterally announcing in December that he would fight the Delhi elections on his own. Interestingly, Rahul Gandhi, one gathers, was still keen on an alliance. But the Delhi Congress unit convinced him that the alliance was against the larger interests of the Congress and that Mr. Kejriwal could not be trusted. Don't forget that it was Kejriwal's rise that led to the fall of the Sheila Dikshit government in 2013 when he was leading the India Against Corruption campaign. So there is a lot of bitterness. There are those who believe that it was India Against Corruption that eventually brought down the Manmohan Singh government and paved the way for the rise of Narendra Modi. Not surprisingly then, the Delhi Congress was keen to go for Kejriwal's jugular. They wanted to defeat him at all costs. Congress leader Ajay Maken from Delhi even dramatically announced that he was going to do a press conference the next day to expose Mr. Kejriwal as a Deshdrohi or anti-national. That is when, interestingly, M.K. Stalin and Sharad Pawar then urgently rang up Rahul Gandhi and told him not to allow the press conference to take place, not to allow the campaign to go down to any vicious personal targeted attacks. The press conference where Maken was going to raise the issue of AAP's alleged links with Khalistanis was cancelled at the last minute. And Rahul Gandhi himself, you will see, was seen not too often on the campaign trail in Delhi. And yet the fact is that the Congress put up strong candidates against AAP, including Sandeep Dikshit, son of Sheila Dikshit, simply to send out a message that it wasn't going to play second fiddle to Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi any longer. Net, the Congress did damage AAP. There are at least 13 constituencies where the Congress candidate polled more votes than the winning margin of the BJP candidate over AAP. There are of course some constituencies where perhaps they could have also damaged AAP, but net, it was the AAP which suffered as a result of the Congress presence. Now after the elections, the knives are out. The Punjab Congress now even claims that 32 AAP MLAs are in touch with them, almost suggesting that they are ready to break AAP if it comes to that. But it isn't just Delhi and Punjab, my friends. Across India, each India Alliance constituent is now planning their own strategies independent of each other. Mamata Banerjee, for example, has made it clear to her party MLAs at a closed-door meeting that the Trinamool Congress will fight next year's election on its own. Mamata has always had an uneasy equation with Rahul Gandhi, ever since the Congress leader decided to join hands with the left to try her and defeat her in 2016 and then again in 2021. According to Mamata Banerjee, Rahul Gandhi was under the influence of the left leader, the late Sitaram Yechuri. In Maharashtra, the Shiv Sena Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray UBT unit has decided to fight the Mumbai municipal election scheduled for later this year on their own. The Samajwadi Party too is preparing its own strategy for UP 2027. In Kerala, the left is determined to hold on to office next year, while the Congress targets Chief Minister Vijayan as the principal opposition party of that state. In Jammu and Kashmir, Chief Minister Omar Abdullah is slowly making his own moves to reach out to the centre and push for statehood. Remember, it was Omar who tweeted after the Delhi election, "Aur lado aapas mein." Even Sharad Pawar has reportedly told his MLAs and MPs that they are free to take a call on their future, even as he stays as of now within the India Alliance. Rahul Gandhi, for his part, and this is interesting, has now told many of his senior leaders and core team that the Congress must be ready to rebuild over the next decade and build its future on its own. Ekla chalo re seems to be the message suddenly. Mr. Gandhi is now planning, we are told, to carry on with his Samvidhan Bachao rallies and yatras, even going into states like Bengal. What then is left of this India alliance except a tiny rump? Truth be told, an alliance built on conflicting ambitions, my friends, was always going to struggle. Modi Hatao alone was never going to be enough to hold this alliance together. A stronger Congress might have been some kind of a glue. But recent election defeats in Haryana, Maharashtra have only confirmed that the Congress is a party facing multiple challenges, especially at the organizational level. Regional parties, therefore, would rather hold on to their space in their respective states than now do a deal with a Congress that they feel cannot deliver votes on the ground and cannot take on the BJP in direct fights. Net, my friends, only two people, Gujarat's Jodi number one, are smiling at the moment. That's right. After being bruised in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, Narendra Modi and Amit Shah, Gujarat's Jodi number one as I call them, are sitting pretty in the face of a badly divided opposition. At least for now, the India alliance dream appears to be over. Although who knows in what form it may resurface a few years from now. Think about it. That was the Straight Bat. Do of course subscribe to my YouTube channel for many more such videos. For now, stay well, stay safe. Jai Hind, Namaskar.